the reason why I reverted to Islam, and the reason it's called reverting, is because of the belief that we are all born Muslim. So we are all born with an innate nature to worship one God. It's just something that we're born with. It's a natural thing just to assume that there's only one God. It is then our culture, our family's religion, what our parents teach us that kind of take us away from that. And then that's how we, come away from being Muslim. So whenever you find Islam later in life, it's kind of like you're going back. So you're reverting back to being Muslim. So yeah, the reason why, I feel like a lot of people will just assume that this is because I married a Muslim man, or yeah, I think that's what most people would think, but it's actually not true. So it started before I met him. I was really sick in hospital, COVID, pneumonia, stroke, thought I was dying. And I just remember being on my own in the hospital. No one was allowed in, and feeling like I was going to die. And I just thought to myself, like, if I die here, like, where am I going, for one? And like, what is my life? Like, there was no real meaning to my life, if you know what I mean. So I just remember I said, please, God, just give me a sign. Just direct me, give me a sign. A week later, I met my husband. And then 2 months after that, we were married. And then after that, I had a baby. So I had a daughter. But it was whenever you get married, and in an Islamic marriage, even though you can be Christian or you can be Jewish, that's okay. You have to agree for your child to be brought up in the Islamic faith. So I agreed to that. We got married. Then I had my daughter. But the whole time I was pregnant, I was like, if my daughter is gonna be brought up in this faith, then I need to know like 100%, what this is about. And also, while I was pregnant, it actually hit me as well that I asked God for a sign, and he sent me like a husband and then a daughter my daughter was going to be Muslim too. So it's like, how much closer to me could you be? Like, you're in my house, like it's on my doorstep. So that was a big thing for me. I was like, this is the sign that I was asking for. So then I started learning about Islam, and the more I learned about it, it was like, oh, well, this is the truth. Like, I can't deny it. This is the truth. And just after I had my daughter, I was going through a really, really hard time. I had postnatal depression, postnatal anxiety. I went back to work really, really early, then lost my job in a really, horrific way, really horrific. And then had a miscarriage, and just, it was a really, really bad year for me. And I seen this video. It just popped up on my TikTok, and it was talking about that whenever bad things happen, it, Allah is just clearing the way, for something better. And the one thing it said, it was, if you lose your job, maybe you're going to own your own company. And that is exactly what happened to me. I went on to own my own company. And it was all these videos just were coming to me as if they were speaking directly to me. And it was like, in your hard times, if they bring you closer to God, then that's a blessing. It's whenever you have good times and they take you further away, then you have to worry. And even everyone in the Quran, even the best of the best had, they suffered the most. So even in my grief and in the trauma that I was going through, I felt closer to God. So I was like, this is amazing. I want to be a Muslim. It just felt right to me. So then I started learning about the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and just listening to I would listen to podcasts about his life. The more I listened, the more I fell in love. And that just kind of sealed the deal. And I don't know, I felt like I didn't say the Shahada because I still felt like I had so much more to learn. I was like, no, I need to know this, I need to know that, I need to know that. But then with everything that's happening in the world at the minute, and seeing, how strong the faith or the Iman is in Palestine and in Gaza, it just sealed the deal. I was like, I have to do this now. Like, I can learn everything that I need to learn after. I have to do it because you don't know what's around the corner. So I said the Shahada, and honestly, it was the most beautiful experience, and it just felt right for me. And so many people have left me comments and, you know, saying welcome to the family, welcome to the Ummah, which means family, and like nearly 1,000 comments. I never expected people to be so nice and so welcoming. So yeah, that's just the reason why I changed, because I feel like I haven't talked about it to anyone. I haven't told any of my friends, any of my family, anyone really. I just kind of went and did it, and that was it. So yeah.